Chinese government has now announced that if Israel does not remove their forces from Syria and Lebanon and from the surrounding regions, that they will and may and will take action. And this has just been announced as tensions between these different regions escalate. China has now come to the fray, saying that Israel must withdraw their troops immediately. This just in, the Chinese...
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Back with another video. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Wadash, to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well. I give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. Shalom. We're here with a video I'm gonna call the true face of evil. As you've seen in the first video, said Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel will resume its assault on Gaza even if all the captives are released, adding that countries are needed to accept Palestine forcibly displaced from the enclave. And as I said in the name of the lesson, the true face of evil, as you can see, this was never about the hostages. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think them people had no hostages. But this was never about the hostages. This was always a genocide from Israel, Salaki. That's all this was, plain and simple. They just wanted a reason to do it. Now they got the whole hostage situation, and they was able to bomb these people to smithereens because, man, ain't nothing left but weak men, women, children, and old people. But yet every day, if you go on TikTok, even just watching the news, you'll see these people bombing these people to death. They done pushed them into a small corner, and they're bombing them to death. Basically, just a blatant genocide. And as you can see, man, there's nothing else they can do. They can't fight back. What's the point? But this is the true face of evil we are looking at right here. We are looking at Esau Edom in all his glory. Remember what the scripture said. Even though thou hasn't hated blood, even blood will pursue thee. They don't hate shedding blood of anyone, whether it's their own or someone else. And we're watching Benjamin Netanyahu says he gonna destroy them anyway, whether they give up the captives or not. Basically meaning whether them captives in y'all hand or whether they not in y'all hand, we're gonna destroy you. So he gonna destroy his own people along with those Gazian people. Why? Because this is pure evil. This is the true face of evil, man. Those small hat, those people with the curly sideburns, all they know is evil because they descend from evil. This is Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Yeah. There's no godless person as Esau. And as you can see, most people will feel bad, like, all right, man, we got these people on the ropes. They really can't do nothing. We done starved them out. Children are dying. They'll kind of ease up on them. But not Esau Edom. They don't care about that. I mean, you can check the comment section and you'll see a bunch of Edomites put up there, well, they shouldn't have started that war. They couldn't have finished. We don't care if them kids can't eat. They should go ask Hamas to feed them. All kind of wicked ass shit like that. But that's the point. Esau Edom is that vessel that's made for dishonor, as it speaks in the book of Romans. They made to be wicked. They made to be evil. And this the point. That's why the scripture says, least there be any fornicator or profane. Matter of fact, let's go into that word profane. Because these people continue to show who they are, continue to prove the scriptures right, that they can't be the true people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. What was it? Salaki, it kind of slipped my mind. 12 and 16. And it's gonna, and as these days continue, they're gonna continue to expose themselves, continue to show their hand, just for the, to show just the wicked who they, Salaki, to show everyone that they're truly the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right, I'm gonna go down here. Profane person. Bebelas.
Strong's G 952. Bebelos.
Yes. Outline biblical usage. Accessible, lawful to be trodden, a place profane, unholy, common, public place, of men ungodly. See, they're profane of men and ungodly. They are ungodly men. They don't truly believe in there's a higher power, but believe in themselves. That's why they're easily able to do the sick and wicked things that you see transgressing over there in that Gaza Strip. Bebelos, from the base of G939, a threshold acceptable as by crossing the doorway, i.e., by implication of Jewish notions. Heathenish, wicked, profane person. And we see they're the wicked. There's no way you can say, well, look, whether we get the hostages back or not, we just gonna keep bombing them niggas anyway. That's basically what he's saying. We just gonna keep bombing you anyway. It never really mattered. But these supposed to be the people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the people of the Lord. And you see the wickedness that goes on there. These people can no longer fight anymore. They have no willpower. Like I said, man, mostly women and children and weak men and elderly men. There's no strength there, man. But they don't care. They're going to perform that genocide. Why? Because it's set in their heart to be wicked. They don't mind doing this evil stuff. All right, this is Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he would not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And that's the point. You can show them favor because they didn't gain basically the favor of the world, which goes against biblical prophecies that because in the end time, the true people of the Lord wouldn't have favor of the world, but they've been shown favor of the world or by the world. Yet they have none. It still ain't giving them no righteousness. And in the land of righteousness, which is Jerusalem, they dealing unjustly with them people. Even though that land belonged to neither one. But to bomb those people to death, to do a ceasefire and then turn around and just still want to kill everybody, whether they give you the hostages or not, you can't tell me that ain't the wicked. Matter of fact, let's get this in let's see. Where I wanted to get this from. Yeah, an AMP. Slocky. All right. This is Isaiah 26:10. Though the wicked is shown compassion and favor, because don't they always, if you done seen on TV, they had the videos of the Amalekite old woman talking about she can't feed or dress herself, she need money, or they got that anti-word if they think somebody picking on them. They're shown compassion and favor. Though the wicked is shown compassion and favor, he does not learn righteousness. Yeah, they haven't learned righteousness. Like I said, they still dealing with those people false over there, trying to perform a genocide to them. In the land of uprightness, he deals unjustly and refused to see the majesty of Yahweh B'Shem Hawashai. Yeah, he's still dealing unjustly with those people in the land of Yahweh B'Shem Hawashai. Why? Because he's the wicked. He doesn't have a concept of a higher power, as the scripture says in Hebrews 12:16. He's profane. So not having a concept of the higher power, believing that he is that higher power, you gotta understand this man don't care what goes on. That's why ultimately it's gonna lead to his downfall. All right, this is Proverbs 11:23, Salaki. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. Yeah, he's expecting. You can expect that this kind of situation was gonna happen. That he was gonna full out just turn the wrath and do the things that he wanted to do. These are the things that they've been wanting to do, but because the internet and things like TikTok, all their plans were being exposed for the lies they were trying to create. So now he just pissed off like, man, this took way longer than what I wanted. We in way too much trouble. Fuck it. I'm just going ahead and come out and say what I'm going to say. And you know that when somebody angry, that they're mad. Because they understand, hey, none of the lies we used to run it ain't working. So now he just like, fuck it. Hey, we're gonna kill them, and we're gonna kill the hostages if we don't get them. We don't care. They just gotta go. So not only is they starving them out, but then they gonna bomb them. They already in a hit a hospital, bombed the hospital, killed over 100-some people in other places. So we should expect that wrath will soon follow at the lies about the Houthis and Hamas rebels and the T word didn't get everybody on their side. Once that plan fell through to make them look bad, hey, Esau went with his first mind, just being, hey, fuck it. The strong all. That's how they did. Remember, in the time of our iniquity, when Jerusalem was getting destroyed, what they said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. You think they wasn't happy about that? You think that he ain't happy about being able to expose his true face of wickedness and evil that he's allowed to be? Remember, Job 9:24. The world was given into the hand of the wicked. And we're seeing that wicked being exposed. As it said in 2 Thessalonians 2 and what's that? I think 2 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. We're seeing them being exposed, man. For who and what they truly are. All right. This is Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Yeah. You don't think that's a cruel thing? To them, they probably feel like, hey, whether we get the hostages back or not, them dying, that's a blessing unto them. We're freeing them from the so-called suffering. Like I say, if there even any hostages at all, what they lying at. But yeah, their tender mercies are cruel. Meaning, even if they have mercy upon you, it's still gonna be something cruel. And as you've seen, it would have been a ceasefire to get those so-called hostages. But now that I remember what, a day after they started that ceasefire or a day before, they went in bombing that place and they back to bombing it again. The wicked don't have real mercy. That's why the scripture said their tender mercy of the wicked are cruel. Because they don't know what mercy is, man. They don't know how to give it. That's why I said they're the true face of evil. That's why in the end, man, as you seen, China now ordered them to get up out of Gaza. Was gonna lead Russia and the rest of the BRICS nation to fight. And as the scriptures say, how it goes, the least of the flock shall draw them out, and they're gonna draw those countries into World War III, that third war that we all know is coming. Salaki about that. We're gonna end it off here. This is Psalms 32 in the CEV. All kinds of troubles will strike the wicked, but your kindness shields those that trust the Lord. Yeah, so all kind of troubles are getting ready to strike the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, and especially the house of Amalek. Like I said, they're gonna cause this World War III, as the scripture has said. If China done got bold enough to say, "Hey, that's enough," we know war with China ain't too far off the map. If you war with China, you got to war with the rest of BRICS. But you think they care? No. They're the wicked. They're the face of true evil. And Yahweh Shema Shai is exposing them here in these last days. But that's all I had on that. Hope this video was edifying. Shabbat Shalom. Till the next video.